Good morning, beautiful. I hope that this finds you well rested, ready to begin your day. This is your daily tarot and oracle, your daily insight on life and love for October 8th, 2021, also being timeless. So wherever you're catching in time, it could be stupid relevant or not at all. Either way, I hope that you stick around and enjoy the show. And if it resonates, I hope it's a good message. Listen with an open heart and an open mind. Definitely check the mini reads after this. They went in this crazy sequence that I did not expect. So really, this might be a really just long reading with a few breaks in between, like where the clips stop. But anyway, really interesting. So let's see what's going on. All right. If you found your way across this, what do you need to know? You're not holding back. This is great. I don't think that you care who's watching anymore either. It seems to be something that, I think that there's some heart repair going on here, emotional. If it's physical heart repair, Godspeed. I really hope that you're doing well on that, actually on both accounts. So, it seems to be that there was a loss of passion, but I also feel like it wasn't something that, it wasn't what you were intending to do. I think that there was so much that was, I feel like pressured on you that it made you kind of break away. So I see a lot of self-protection right now. And I also see that that's what makes you throwing yourself completely into what I think is going to be, just by what I said right now, self-healing. So, move. The cup overfloweth. All right. Why am I seeing this? Okay. I'm actually surprised by seeing this because we have the cup. This is an overflowing of the Hermit in reverse, something that's not working, that you're, okay. Now that I'm saying this out loud, it clicks. Okay, so I love that you're going into self-healing. Your cup is overflowing, but I think that this is not about another person. I actually don't think that your cup is overflowing because of another person. I think that this is because it is despite the other persons in your life. Have people really been hanging on you energetically, maybe even physically? Something that you have put a lot into wasn't working. And I see that you, in some way, shape, or form, felt very trapped by it. You got yourself free. You really did. I think that that is so outstanding. It's beautiful. I'm proud of you. And I also feel like this is part of your identity that has been shed for the final time. The last straw. Lots of pentacle energy around this, so I feel like, well, first off, it feels like you're ungrounded right now, but you are going to find your equilibrium. You will find your balance. You will find your footing. Okay. Let's see. What is going on with you? So I rejected a call and I hit the stop. That's fun. So here we go. Yeah. You're not going to be stressed out by anything. It's not about how can we fix this? How can we fix whatever the connection was? I don't care if it was romantic, familial, or friendly, coworker, peer, what have you. This is definitely dealing with personal relationships. I feel like you realize that no matter what you did, you weren't going to find a solution to a problem when somebody is committed to being in unrest. I think that you canceled a lot of plans. So honestly, even though we have a lot of ungrounding energy, and we have a lot of wand energy. I have this sneaking suspicion that you are absolutely finding your footing and your ground. I really feel like you took the gloves off and pushed all of the excess away. Okay. So I feel like the excess is really the entitled personhood. I'm not kidding. Check the mini reads at the end. I see a cup being offered towards you. Healing. There's something that is emotionally coming in. It's a cup being offered to you. I do think that it is, I said think. Sorry. I do think that this is some sort of an intimate connection and offering towards you. I do feel like you are in the midst of healing right now. So I see that you're trying to move on right now, and you need to rest and recover. You need to do some contemplation. I see that you are reflecting on the karmic situation that you just really kicked to the curb, which I'm very excited by, but I want you to know that whatever this whatever this Knight of Cups offering is the Two of Cups behind this. Whatever has been exasperating in your life or putting you into a dark or numb place, this is a karmic situation that I do feel that you are authentically getting over right now. I like this. So, tell me more about what is coming in and is on the other side of this door. A new cycle, great. The light at the end of the tunnel. It's nothing that you can benefit from right now. Spirit is saying, listen, this is great. Great, hunky-dory. Not time yet. Not time. It's on the other side of this door. It's already waiting there for you. Now it's time for you to catch up in this. So some sort of emotional stance in your life is being addressed. It's like the other side has already done the work, and now it's time for you to catch up, which I can see. Sometimes, you know, you've done all the work, and now you got to wait for the other side to catch up, and now they've done all the work, and now it's your time inside to catch up. So you got to get all your ducks in a row. You are the magician who's learning how to use your newfound tools. I think that this is something that is discovered in the recovery. Right now, you're not willing to take on anymore. You don't have the capacity for it. And I really don't want you to feel bad about it. So this is kind of like an emotional free pass, not from me, but from Spirit. Because honestly, who am I to give you any sort of emotional free pass, or even in any other case, judgment? Who would I be? Okay. So Spirit is saying, knock it off. We don't need to worry about what's on the other side of the door right now. You haven't opened it. It's standing there waiting for you. So what do you say that we look at what you are healing right now? You need the truth. You need to know what the truth is. And this has to come out through you. That's going to be fun. That's going to be a lot of fun, isn't it? You know, having these epiphanies and realizations about what it was that you were looking at. Like, this is going to give you an incredibly strong sense of self and what seems to be a new stick of passion. I don't know. It feels like a new sense of purposeful passion for something. I think that it's purposeful because it is direct from you. And I feel like you're not making accommodations for other people. Yeah, that's part of the healing process, knowing exactly what your boundary is and enforcing it. So, listen, not all hope is lost. What you're experiencing right now is the internal turmoil and chaos, which is putting you into alignment. You've got to find your balance and equilibrium and decide if you're going to feed your resentment and anxiety, maybe even anger, or are you going to feed into your healing? So I see that you have been I guess, neglecting or starving your truth or the truth with you, and feeding into just how much you could give in a situation. And now you see the scales being balanced, and it's actually not necessarily continuously feeding this. I think that the truth is starting to feed into the scales. So what do you need to watch out for as you are doing this? Well, I don't know. We'll see. I'm getting to go with the Queen of the Moon Oracle cards. I'm so proud that I remember the name of these. Can't remember the fairy name one. Oh, what's this? Blossoming. Something's blossoming. Okay. What is? Aw. Go buy yourself some flowers, or carnations, which are flowers. Or go pick some flowers. Make sure they're not poisonous. Make sure that you got the thorns taken care of. Depends on the flowers. So, congratulations. This is a lot of shadow work. Isn't it crazy that self-love can be fulfilled through shadow work? This is going to take a lot of will to sit through yourself with this. Cunning as a fox. This is some trickster energy with the abundance. There's something about you that is very cunning and that you actually need to use your willpower to get through. These are things that you need to watch out for. Where have you been kind of the trickster energy to yourself? How did you morph it to fit a narrative? How did you morph your perspective, your needs to fulfill a narrative? And where can you pull that back and actually have this be somewhat met? Okay, I want the bottom card. What is this? Purity. You're going to be purging a lot, whether it's emotional or physical. It kind of feels like you are getting over either a physical or emotional cold. There's a lot that needs to come out. I feel a lot of hacking. I feel a lot of mucus. But it feels relieving. It feels good. It doesn't feel like that pain where, you know, you're hacking and you're coughing so hard and it hurts your throat. I don't feel it like that. I feel it like finally getting it all out. That's cool. So then we have growth. Growth. What are you growing? I don't know. Let's see. Okay. Daily guidance from the angels. What are you growing? Trust. That's fun. You don't trust yourself? I mean, I know that you've morphed something in your perspective to fit a narrative. You have to learn how to trust yourself. So this is going to be you questioning yourself a lot, even if it comes down to what are the daily things that you like. Do I really like my coffee like this, or was this, you know, just something that I was told was healthy that, you know, somebody else liked and I wanted to be on the same page as them, or is this something that I have trained myself to like? It's time to retrain on all fronts, and you really have got to learn how to trust yourself, that you're doing something for yourself and not neglecting yourself at the hands or for the sake of somebody else. So, okay, so this is where the growth is happening, and divine timing is at play. So I want to go to this deck now to see what is the divine timing. God, once you get started, you don't stop, do you? I love it. I can get it. Pace yourself. Why do you feel like you have to race to something? Divine timing is divine timing. And you're experiencing that right now, because what's on the other side of this door, you're not going to get to until you get through this. You can't just plow through it. You have to experience it. Patience is a very learned virtue. Not one that I was born with, no, but life tends you to be humble, make it easy. Organic foods. This is going to have to be something that is ingrained with you very organically, not manufactured, not accelerated. And then we have fresh air. Final card is stay positive. Well, okay, improving health. Not for the reading, for this moment. So the divine timing and what this is involving, I know that this has a lot of food references, but hey, you are what you eat, and this is what you are. So the improving health, the fresh air, once you air yourself out and pace yourself, stop taking off this, well, stop putting on the sense of urgency with you. Why do you feel this urgency with everything? You've got to take off all these time constraints with yourself. It's good when you are pacing yourself and you have like deadlines, but you're letting these deadlines build up. And what for? What happens if you don't make this deadline? You live another day, you do. And it's really about taking off so much pressure that you've put on yourself, especially I'm feeling with self-imposed deadlines. All right, so as the stay positive, there's a lot that you need to air out, and that it might be uncomfortable for you to air out, but it's important that you air it out nonetheless. So what is this that you do need to freshen up, get with, I guess, bringing light and oxygen to? This is actually going to be a huge relief for you. I feel like this is a verbal purge for you. There's a lot that you could say about the subject matter. I feel the huge sense of agitation around this. So, okay. We have the Queen of Cups, compassion, mature, handling with grace. That's been a very big word today. You know, I've been saying this all week, not even just in the collective reading, in personal reads, even to my children. Sometimes it's majorly important to not be so hard-hitting on something, emotionally, verbally, mentally. It's not always about how you can just plow through everything. The best way through this and the improving health, the improving mental status, emotional status, is actually being compassionate, caring, the divine nurturer of this. Sometimes it is good to just sit there and be held, even by yourself, in your emotions. Let this come out. This might actually involve you having a really large cathartic cry or verbal outburst, not directed at any particular person. It doesn't have to be. You can put it on audio recording, you can put it on your video, you can put it in writing, but I feel like this is going to be a huge cathartic verbal outpour. There's a lot that you need to say. And I'm actually partly afraid that you have so much to say that you're not going to say it because it's not going to make sense, because it's going to come out in spurts and in bits. Please don't do that with yourself. It does not have to be so constructed. Sometimes you just need to get the sentence out. You need to get the cluster of words out. So this, as messy as it may seem, put it out there. Put it down in writing, put it out in words. I don't think that it's you constantly reliving something. I think that it's you actually looking at what something in your life has been, well, what it has represented in your life. And then you can decide on how you handle it afterwards. I do feel like it is involving new and very empowered and wise and informed and aware chapter of self. I do. And I also feel like this is a point of having things actually flow to you. The door might actually open on itself, and it might open towards you. Maybe you were pushing on a pull door. All right, isn't that always fun? Like, of all things, to push on a pull door. It's always funny when you do that. All right, how is this fly even alive in here? Where did it come from? I don't like it. Okay, so awesome new face. I feel like it is very confident and informed and really coolly mature. Very sense of collected self. So then we have the cups making an appearance again, something that is making an offer. And it's not codependent. This is lacking the karmic codependent feeling to it. But I also see that healing still needs to occur. So this is something that it's not at the finish line that you get this, but it is coming in charging ahead. And I also feel like you're not going to be holding yourself back from whatever this is. You're taking the stress off of yourself. I see an entirely new beginning. This is ascension, this is awakening. And if this is a personal connection, understand that it is an ascended connection. So, let's see. A lot of cards in front of me, but isn't that just the normal with me? All right. You don't see the payoff with this yet. This is not something that has a quick payoff at all. That actually might be annoying towards you. It's really important that you keep yourself in check with that. Temper your expectations on the results. Even though you've come out of this and you're healing, the expectation of all the glitz and the glamour after this, that could be something that hits you hard. And I think that you're also not willing to depend on anyone else right now. So I think that it's highly important that you maintain a sense of space for yourself and keep things not at arm's reach, but keep safe boundaries and distance until you are ready. Don't gaslight yourself into being absorbed into something and calling it happiness. No, this is going to be a process. Pushing yourself into something just because it's new and you're at a new beginning, that is just you gaslighting yourself and repeating a whole other cycle. You don't need to do that. Okay, the Sun card. You really need to get over this feeling of abandonment, and you've done so much work in doing that, that this is actually, it's a point of maintaining a sense of independence in this. I like that. Your happiness does not lie in the hands of another person. And I also see that even though that this is independent, you are not going to not be involved. You're not going to not be involved. So I want to go to a new deck. I'm not feeling that one anymore. I'm getting Saints and Angels. It's a miracle. Okay, what's underneath this? Safe travels. You might be going on a trip. You might be meeting somebody from a distance. Okay. If you have an opportunity to travel, just say yes. Say yes to an opportunity. This is a healthy connection that is coming in. I want a final card. All right, you. It's time for you to, God, I guess get some rest, recover. It's time for you to rest. This isn't happening right now. The healing is happening right now. You need to work on stress management and emotional stability, and this is going to take time. You have to heal. All right, you. This is your healing time. You have a connection that is coming in through the healing time that you need to pace yourself with. It's not going anywhere, but you pushing through with it, because I feel like this is just kind of set in motion, or this is something that you are used to doing, is not going to help it. So temper your expectations, say yes to an opportunity, and let yourself be healed through the process of whatever this connection is. Okay, it's time to go about your day, but I hope that this finds you well. Remember, your individual storyline will always be more detailed, in-depth, and intense. So if you have questions about booking a session, go ahead and reach out in the DMs. Or about any of the services I provide, what might be right for you. I look forward to hearing from you. Until next time, stay safe, have fun, and just know that you are greatly loved and appreciated. Bye for now. Hey there, beautiful. If you are coming across this, you get a spirit message. This is a general collective mini message. Listen with an open heart and an open mind. Never force these bad boys to fit your life. If it does resonate, I really hope that it is a good message that you are able to receive. And if it's a challenge, we will get the why behind it and what's after it. So what do you need to know if you've stumbled across this? I don't know. Let's see. Capricornian energy, the devil. Obsessiveness, compulsiveness, possessiveness. Did I say that already? God. All right, you're dwelling on something because you feel like you have missed a choice, missed an opportunity, and the choice that you made was seemingly wrong. All right, so it's a challenge, but you're obsessing about it. You feel like you were left with no other choice. I don't think that this is necessarily a horrible thing. You did this for the right reasons. You did the best with what you could. Cards, let's see. This is a really fragile time where you need to stay away from negativity. I get that there are certain hardships that go with this. It's all about change. And let's see, now it's time for you to cut to the heart of the matter. I have a plethora of cards in front of me, and I feel like this is necessary. What's this final card? Okay, this is definitely a fragile time for you where you might feel like you made less than a compassionate choice. I know I have a lot of cards, and I'm sorry about that. However, there are certain hardships that you're dealing with right now where you don't need the extra stress involved in. So instead of, dancing around things, you are just getting it done. You're cutting through to the heart of the matter, and you feel like you're being harsh. You're not. This is feelings of feminine energy, ungrounded. You're not taking everybody into consideration. I got it. But this is what you got to do right now to get out of this situation, to get out of the stress of it. It's not time to make this accommodating for anyone else. You have to do certain, bits of work right now. So it feels like you're stuck in a problem. You're not. You are... We have the Two of Wands in reverse. I feel like you are taking a step down as a way to recuperate and rest. I really feel like you're gaining momentum. This is not the step back that you had wanted to take, but I really need you to look at it as the arrow that gets pulled back before it launches. I know it feels like a step back, and I know it feels unstable, but this is the pull back before the launch. It's not going to pull back forever, and there's more ahead for you, I promise. So breathe, trust the process, stay safe, have fun. This is for good reason. Hey there, lovely. If you found your way across this, well, all right, you're going to rise above. Go check out the message before this because I was talking about the challenge. Your ships are coming in. The water is rocky all around you, but you're not going to let it get you down, are you? I'm proud of you. I'm glad that you are so perseverant. I'm glad that you're so determined. This is really what it's pointing to. The biggest thing about this is your drive. You're not going to let anything stop you from making some headway onto this. This is putting you in hermit mode. I really think, God, seriously, this might as well be part 2. You're getting away from all distractions. You are wiping away all distractions. And it may seem harsh if it's a person that was distracting you or that was involved in the distraction that you have to push away from right now. Understand that this is done with good reason. It's not that they were evil or anything like that, but you don't have time to mess around right now. There's a lot of work being done and at hand. And this is going to have a payoff. Ooh. You're closed off to God. I know exactly why this is happening. You're tired of waiting for people to step up. You've been let down. This is pointing to you being let down recently. So you're closed off of what seemed to be such an awesome moment and an awesome celebration. It turned out to be karmic. It was sweet in the moment, but the sweet turned sour, and now you're like, I learned, I'm done. I love this. So look, we have the Page of Cups. They're pouring the cup out. You have a cup that was being given to you. This, you're pouring it out. You're not ready for it. I got it. You're not going to give the opportunity right now. Ooh, incense fell. Okay, so what about this? You're not ready for the good opportunity yet. You want to save your own resources. I got it. You will open the door up for this when you are ready. I know that it's not going to leave. It's part of the new cycle. It would be cool if you could accept this right now, but right now you're too vulnerable to open up to it. Now, I really am a person who pushes for people to be vulnerable in the moment and be vulnerable to people. You don't feel safe in opening up in that vulnerability. Okay for now. This is going to be something that you will work through, and you'll do it by your own means, and you're going to thrive still. This opportunity will be waiting for you. So apparently this is going to be a lot of work, all right? And you're not going to see the payoff of it in this moment. It's not yet into that cycle. You're just pushing it away for the moment. You have to find your balance again. You're feeling all over the place. You'll find it. Good job. Hey there, gorgeous. So let's get a message. It's general collective, never forces to fit your life. But if you found your hunky-dory way across this, what do you need to know? Well, Halloween Oracle deck says it's time for you to take a breather, time to pause, and embrace the stillness right now. Oh. Cauldron, synergy, and healing. God, all of these readings, all these many readings are syncing up. I cannot wait to see the daily insight on life and love. Okay, authenticity. And then we have control, and then blind spots. The final one for this is going to be exploring the wilderness. You are exploring the wilderness right now, aren't you? I see that you've been jabbed recently, emotionally, mentally, maybe even physically, but you have extended yourself well beyond your means as far as some sort of circumstance. I'm going more towards mentally and emotionally. I don't feel like financial is the problem right now. I feel like this is more internalized than anything else, but you got to get a sense of control back in your life. You want to see exactly what your options are without other people telling you what your options are. Okay, that's fine. You have to do this your way. I get it. I don't think that you're being stubborn. I think that you are being cautious. Go look at the readings before this. There's 2 before this. And this is about being let down. You're recovering from that. So what I'm seeing here is, why did this happen? How did somebody get lost in your peripherals? Well, this is what you are going to see. I actually want to get another card for that. It's going to be from Queen of the Moon Oracle, so let's see what this wants to say. This was somebody who you were supposed to collaborate with in some way, shape, or form. The boundaries. Okay. Lack of boundaries, people overstepping your comfort levels more than once. I feel like this has created a void in your life, and this may be dealing with, the letdown might be the fact that maybe you were ghosted, maybe you were let down physically from this. But all of this is pointing towards something about that person getting under your skin, and now you need to repair that little wound. You're sitting in the void right now. You are recovering, and you will come out, and you will heal from this. All right, so we need to get a message from the magical, mystical fairies, or is that what it is? I will never, ever get the name of this right. I've been using the deck for a few years now. Go check out the 3 readings before this. These cards have been in a crazy flow. So if you're coming across this, go check out the cards before. It might be part of your storyline. If you've stumbled your way across this, listen with an open heart and an open mind. Don't force this to fit your life. We have affirmations to lift up your thoughts and energy and to attract what you desire. Well, you have to change what you allow into your body. Something is going into your body by osmosis or through one of the orifices. However, this is something that you got to change your programming with. So what do you say to yourself? What is your inner dialogue? When I feel like the mind slips in this, I know by firsthand account, I know by anybody I've ever spoken to ever, this is something that it's hard to break. It is a practice. So what I'm seeing here is, I get it. See where your mind goes with this? You got to be patient with yourself. You know, when you are getting into meditation or where you're trying to think of something, it's really difficult to keep that mindset. You hear the dogs in the background. Keep that path going. However, you can stay stuck on this thought process. You know what I'm saying? God, I'm getting lost in the thought process as I'm talking about it. You're trying to think of something, trying to think about what you want to bring in, and then your mind takes like a little sidetrack, like, oh, remember to go get blah, 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 whatever it is. You got to be patient with yourself. You are going to go off track more than once, and that is normal. It's okay. It's expected. And it's something that you will actually learn to master. This is a huge commitment that you got to make to yourself. And it's isolated for yourself. The marriage card isn't necessarily about marriage. I don't want you to sign off on that prenup just yet. And no, I don't think that that takes away from the romance of love. This isn't about marriage in that sense. This is about you and you being good with you being whole in yourself with this. You have got to be patient with yourself as you are committing this new path to yourself. It didn't happen overnight. This is going to be a continuation through time, which you will get better at in time. So the final card for this, because you have to change your programming and change your dialogue, and it is going to be a commitment from you, is you have to be a little bit more compassionate with yourself. You have a lot of emotional healing that is coming out for this, and you're going to see some magic happen. This is going to get easier and more passionate as you heal this inner work, this inner emotion. I hope that made sense. Hey there, beautiful. If you have found your beautiful way across this, we need to see what shadow work or what archetype you need to invoke right now. There's 80 cards here. I'm going to shuffle this so funkily, you will not believe it. And yes, I just made up a new word. Was it good? I don't know. Probably not. The Queen is in reverse. The Queen becomes arrogant when authority is challenged, controlling and demanding. When you start to assert yourself, people are going to tell you that you're being controlling, especially people who benefited from whatever lack of boundary or assertion that you had before. No, you're not being a jerk. I'm all about asserting your boundaries. All right, I don't think that you're taking advantage. I think that other people are telling you this because they were used to taking advantage what benefited them. So, out with that, we're not doing this. The engineer. Listen, you're not a human engineer unless you're an actual engineer, and you're not a human engineer at that point. You cannot fix people unless you're a doctor or a therapist, which I'm all about. Anyway, so this is actually finding some sort of a resolution to the struggle that's going on in this situation right now. This is not a dilemma. People are making this a dilemma. You need to invoke the, the archetype of the engineer and see a solution where you would normally just see a problem or a challenge. There is a challenge in perspectives right now. I think that this is a battle of perspectives on this. So, all right, this just fell. Exorcism, fear facing your own demons. Why? Why is this about something that you're in the wrong with? I mean, you may be wrong. You are human. I mean, we all can tend to be wrong about something. Somebody is seemingly telling you that there is something that is wrong going on here. So then we have the Mystic. I have a problem with this only because it seems to be that somebody is projecting a sense of inadequacy or a falsehood with this. It feels like somebody has an issue with you exuding your authority and is trying to seemingly either dumb you down or mark you down or take you down a peg. Are you really going to go with that? Are you really going to buy that? No. So listen, this is going to be a two-parter. You might have to stop depending on people for some sort of validation. That's a struggle. I get it. I know that you want to have particular people around you, but maybe this is a time where some distance is probably very good for you. Exacting appreciation and recognition to help you offer. All right, wait, what? I read that so weird. Exacting appreciation and recognition for the help you offer. I think that there might be a conversation coming up with somebody about what they need from you and how they should have the access to it. And this, I think that this is manipulation. I think that it's a con from the person. I'm not going to call them a con artist, but I think that they're blatantly a jerk. So they're being a jerk in this instance. We have the King and Queen both on their keisters. So this is a feeling of entitlement, rulership without restraint. This person feels very entitled to whatever it was that they benefited from you. We have the King and Queen in reverse, and they are making you feel bad about it. You're too much. You request too much. Listen, this is the basic human decency. This is the basic bare bottom. And you want to know what? Now that I'm aware of this is not even going to be all that there is. You either need to step up or step aside. And I'm seeing that you're not going to be handling any of the shenanigans from this person. You are not here to fix them. Their emotional reaction is not your fault. And it's not yours to, try and monitor them. These are hopefully grown-ups. If it's kids and teenagers, that is an entirely different story. There's different ways of coping with this. But a grown adult does not need to be treated as a child and cared for and coddled as a child when they are acting and behaving like a spoiled little brat when it comes to you. No, we're not doing that. And I don't want you to feel bad about that. Them making you feel bad about that is absolutely manipulative and controlling. This may have worked with you for quite some time, but you want to know what? We're not going to do this anymore. I see the tactics. You are not too much. You are not an emotional vampire. You are not being manipulative. I think that you're being taken advantage of, or that you were being taken advantage of, and you're pulling yourself back, and they're like, wait a minute, what am I going to get out of this? Well, I'll tell you what you're not going to get. Any more of this. You're done. You're kaput with it. And I don't want you to bend underneath your new set of boundaries. And in fact, I want you to grow on them. So the final card from this is going to be the goddess that you are. I don't care what your gender is. So this is the feminine expressed through wisdom, natural life force, and sensuality. Your beautiful compassion and empowerment is growing.